Can you just grab my coffee? I'll get the rest.
Oh, oh.
We'll try to put a hole in the boat before we get it in. Well, we're out here this morning. We are in flood stage, basically. We're gonna try to teach you today a little bit about high water streamer techniques. As you can tell, maybe this water is brown, very, very dark. But we're gonna give it a go, see what happens. One of the first things I think about in these high water situations is I like to go to upper ends of rivers. The less miles the water has to travel, the less crawlers and such it will gather. Right below a dam, anything like that that's going to provide you with the most clarity you can find. You know, doesn't really matter what river. Some rivers are a little more susceptible, like the Pine is one you don't really want to jump into after a major rain. If you got big high clay banks, it's not very good. The Little Manistee is one that'll be fine. It'll drop and clear really quickly. But, so you know, and that takes a little driving around and a little learning. But we're gonna give it a shot and see what we can do. What you tend to find in extreme high water situations is that fish will go into shallower or slower water than you're typically used to finding them in. Maybe it's to get away from where the substrate's all getting in their gills. I don't know what it is, but they tend to go a long ways away into the shallow, slow stuff you wouldn't typically consider fishing. The stuff that looks too slow to fish is typically where you do find fish. And we're going to pick around in some of that and see what happens. Be a little
These things
better.
are going to be, when they come, they are going to be just raging.
Yeah. And you know, it's not,
Oh,
I mean, it's more typical to see less in conditions like this, but to see the biggest ones.
Right, that's very true. Found that too.
Yep. The little fish are full.
Oh,
the big ones.
They were full at about 9 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah, or maybe 2.
Yeah.
Or 3.
Earlier.
But they, you know, those bigger fish, it seems like they have a tendency to really understand on these sort of events is to binge feed and get whatever they can.
Nile crocodile.
Yep.
Nile crocodile.
Yes, that theory.
Yeah.
Eat heavy for a day or two and sit up for a month. There's not just what it is. And you can kind of see a lot of where Russ is casting is, you know, into those slow slack pockets, inside bends too.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of that right. This is deeper than hell.
Both of them just for the.
Yeah.
You know they should be on the inside right. That's the cast that would actually generate winning more. But it's such a small environment, it's hard to not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, go right into that primary lie.
It is about 4 feet deep in there. Where are you? Where are you? So listen, kids at home, you to take away anything from today, it's to be smart and not be stupid.
If you think your tippets abraded in any manner from throwing into a tree in a narrow river, take the 30 seconds to tie new tippets on. Just, you know.
Prevent future heartbreak. Oh, come on. That doesn't seem fair. Does it?
No, I just guessed it. That's all right. Rinse and repeat.
Be thankful we have a very short wrap.
Right.
Oh. Boy, we're missing in peril. Yeah, I think if you make it, the camera makes it.
This one's the light. This one's the small one.
We're stuck. We're gonna die here. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna die here. What's this one? It's gonna die there. We gotta swing that positive.
Off this way?
Yeah, push it that way. There you go. Don't lose an eyeball, young man.
No.
Be bad. Good. And you might be blind, so that's too bad then. Duh.
Survivor?
Yeah, I mean, it moved finally that time. I like this stuff. Here, just all of it. This is that slower stuff.
Yeah,
This is
where you start seeing the
Yeah.
spears line. It's pretty heavy. Look at the guy who got lions thing.
yeah, he ain't. Oh, nice one. He gave you the whole show there, buddy. Oh, there's some creaking going on there.
It's creaking.
Yep. Get her out of the danger zone. That's a good one, dude. I'll put down. What's that? Yep. What's that? Yep. Oh God, he is a good one, dude. Yeah, that's what we. God, he will not come up, will he? I did too. Is that a good smoker? Hold him up for camera. Oh yeah, that's 2021. You can put him in. I'm dead. There you go. I'm fine. Oh boy, he come out of there and just was angry.
Spooned on it.
Yeah, we're gonna switch up here. We've been moving a few fish. We moved a couple on yellow to start, and then we got one on big and white. Now, you might stick with that, but I know this water well enough to know that I expect to see more fish. So we're gonna switch up. We're gonna go to something a little bit more subdued, more natural colored, maybe a little smaller. And a lot of that's just because I've gone through a lot of address zones and areas I know have decent populations and I haven't seen anything. So we're gonna try again with a little different fly. You know, I think Russ is running we got 6-weight fiberglass because of his hand situation. What line are you running
This
there?
is a Titan Type 3 tip.
How long is the tip on that?
Tip is, I think, 12 feet on it.
Okay.
And it's a slow sinker, modest weighted flies.
Yes. Modest weighted flies.
Probably like 4 foot of 16 pound kind of deal.
And then size.
Really?
Come out of there. And the fact that they're not on those insides tells you like they're fat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh no, and then we had all those mud. Never, not even. Oh, there was birds.
Oh yeah. Poor fella. Take him.
Perfect.
No
Perfect.
No handling neither.
No? Good. Smallest one we've seen today.
Probably.
That's the smallest of the 4 we've seen. I think those other 2 that we moved earlier were bigger. There's one that was almost on an inside. That's different. Yeah, this was the one trip that was gonna be like the gravy. Now it's like, do I pay my vehicle registration? Yeah, this is the life of a pro guide. So do I pay for my vehicle registration, which is still a couple months early?
Right.
Or do I make my next boat payment, which is still, not due till August. So I'm living better than a lot of guides, but I'm just saying. Like, that's the difference between my trip tomorrow and not.
So you want to be a guy.
Yeah, so you want to be a guide, huh? Well, start picking and choosing. And that's with a wife that makes money. And now I'm picking which bill that I have to pay do I pay. Because one dude canceled. Now, granted, I don't work for a shop. I don't just, steal random tourist money every day. But when you start working with a handful of people and you start getting a little too cranky for your average tourist, this is the realm you live in. Which is fine. I'll take it. I don't care. I won't starve to death. I only got 2 months to make it up.
I like the way that, gets by the scratching part. Fiberglass.
Or small enough one. Oh, come on. That was a show, wasn't it? That was a great bite. Well, we gotta wait for some more things, so I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up and pull these down. So it's fair. Well, not a bad day. We ended up turning a good number of fish, most of it at the end. And I don't know, I guess we put 3 or 4 in the boat, probably saw 8 or 10, about a 3-hour float. So hopefully some of this stuff helped you kind of with some strategy on how to attack high water. And just, keep your options open. That's a big thing. Everybody kind of gets set in their ways on how they want to fish, but you just got to take what the river gives you. We're sitting in the middle of hatch time here with a flood. So, oh boy, deadhead. So you just kind of make the best of what your situation, and if you got days to fish, fish. Thanks.